West Ham just spent £20 million on 20-year-old left-back Hadji Malick Diouf from Slavia Prague. And many Premier League fans probably wouldn't have seen him play, but there's a reason they've made this move. But who is he? Well, he's from Senegal, and he was developed at the Galaxy Football Academy and the Academia Mawade. He trialled at Norway in a side called Tromsø, and he spent a season there. And then in 2024, he moved to Slavia Prague, and he quickly became first choice. He's a versatile player, but is a natural left wing back, but can play left centre back in a back three if needed. And he's an under-20 Senegalese international. He's followed a similar pathway to many young African players, and West Ham clearly believe he's next. What type of left back is he? Well, he's physically strong, he's athletic, and he's an aggressive 1v1 defender, and he's very good in the air. He plays high in possession, and he's confident in duels. He's strong going forward and pretty reliable in progression. He wins his duels, he presses wide, and he recovers very, very well in transition. He's a more physical version of Emerson or a young Arthur Masuaku. Both, of course, play or have played for West Ham as well. But the stats are very interesting. These are stats from the 24-25 season with Slavia Prague, compared to fullbacks in the top 5 leagues and European competitions. So we'll start with his defensive stats. He has, in his tackles, 1.35 per 90, which puts him in just the 12th percentile. But his tackles in the attacking third are 0.45 per 90, which puts him in the 94th percentile. In the middle third, it's 0.6 per 90, which puts him in the 40th percentile. And then in the defensive third, only 0.3 per 90, which puts him in the bottom percentile. So already that shows he's a very attacking fullback, likes to stay high, likes to get high, and he can defend, as you can see, as his tackles are not the worst, they're not the best for a fullback, but he doesn't get that deep that often. His interceptions are 1.05 per 90, which puts him in the 62nd percentile. So for a fullback, interceptions are relatively important when they're going down the line, but again that shows he's pretty high, and where most of his interceptions are very high on the pitch. So if a player gets in behind, he has a recovery pace easily to get back, which we'll see in a second, but the interceptions aren't the highest compared to, but modern day fullbacks also play high, so many of the other Premier League percentiles will be in the mid-range. 2 aerials, 1.96 per 90, which puts him in the 96th percentile. As I said, very strong in the air. Ball recoveries is fantastic, 7.83 per 90, which puts him in the 99th percentile. So yes, he gets high, but he recovers very quickly, wins the ball back all the time, pretty much all the time. Yes, can he translate that to the Premier League? We'll have to see, but he's done it in a pretty competitive league with Slavia Prague and internationally. But then we get into his more attacking stats, and this is where he thrives. Progressive carries, 3.31 per 90, puts him in the 90th percentile, and carries into the final third, 2.71 per 90, which puts him in the 97th percentile. So again, he gets the ball, he drives with it, he takes it high, and he likes to create those attacking opportunities. His touches in the attacking third, 29.35 per 90, 97th percentile, right at the top. Touches in the attacking penalty area, 3.31 per 90, 96th percentile, again, right at the top. Compared to his touches in the defensive third, which is 12.64 per 90, which puts him just in the 12th percentile. I'm just trying to highlight the point that he goes high, he stays high, he attacks. Just look at this heat map here. You can see it's all on the left-hand side, of course, because he's a left-sided player, but all the red is either on the halfway line or where the left winger should be. And then his shot creating actions, 4.21 per 90, which puts him in the 99th percentile. So a shot creating action is anything like a cross, a shot, a pass that then leads to a shot being created off of that. So that puts him right at the top. And then goal creating actions, 0.45 per 90, which puts him in the 93rd percentile, which is fantastic for a left back. Pretty much right at the top. Again, goal creating action is anything like a pass, across, a shot that leads to a goal being scored. And then his assists, 0.15 per 90, which puts him in the 76th percentile, which is quite good. Not the best, not the worst, but it's the way he makes things happen and the expected, what we're going to get onto. So expected assists, 0.29 per 90, 99th percentile. Expected assisted goals, 0.23 per 90, 96th percentile. Key passes, 1.96 per 90, 97th percentile. Key passes into the penalty area, 3.31 per 90, 99th percentile. Crosses into the penalty area, 1.66 per 90, 99th percentile. And progressive passes, 6.77 per 90, 95th percentile. So he gets the ball, he gets high, he gets forwards, and he puts it in the box, and he makes things happen, creates chances, and goals are likely to be scored if West Ham have a Füllkrug in the box, for example. And then his goals, or his shots, his total shots per 90 is 2.11, 99th percentile, unsurprisingly, with how much he gets in the box. Shots on target, 0.3 per 90, 87th percentile, which is quite impressive, again, for a fullback. Most of his shots that he takes will be on target, so he'll probably get a few goals next season, depending on how much he plays, of course. Shots from free kicks, 0.15 per 90, 95th percentile, so there's another dead ball option if West Ham need it. And then XG, 0.15 per 90, 98th percentile, and non-penalty XG, again, 0.15 per 90, 98th percentile. So basically, he gets the ball, as I said, he gets forward, he drives with it, he tries to make things happen. If he can't shoot, he crosses, and if he can't cross, he shoots. Very, very attacking. And it's quite clear to see why West Ham have signed him. He fits Potter's back three, back five with very attacking wing backs. He'll be on the left, Wan-Bissaka will be on the right. Obviously, Emerson is now 30 and could leave this window, and Diouf is a long-term option. He's still a bit raw, but he's definitely capable of playing in the Premier League and developing pretty quickly. He offers a physical and raw upside. Not many teams will be able to defend against this West Ham left-hand side. And he matches West Ham's recent shift to a younger, resale value type players. Of course, it's a development bet, but it's one that aligns with the market shift and one that West Ham fans should be very, very excited about. But what should you expect from him in the Premier League, Irons fans? Well, he's a project this season, of course. He's likely to start on the bench at first, I'd imagine. Cup games, sub minutes while he adapts to the Premier League. He will play in a 5-back system as a left wing back. There's no doubt about that. He can cover the left centre back if needed to. I don't think that'll happen too often, as you sort of lose his attacking threat. He needs time to adapt to the pace and the positional demands, but that will come with games, with minutes. And he has the physical tools. It's just about refining his decision making, adapting him to the Premier League. And it won't be long until, in my opinion, probably West Ham fans' opinion as well, he'll be one of the best left backs in the Premier League, maybe even Europe. But to wrap it up, of course he's not the finished product. He'd be way more than £20 million if he was the finished product. But for that fee, West Ham are taking a little bet, not too much of a gamble, as that's a relatively cheap fee for the market. But they're betting on him becoming a modern Premier League fullback, strong, quick, and built for long term. He's already those things. He just needs to translate them to the Premier League. But would you make this signing? Let me know in the comments. How do you rate this signing, West Ham fans? And yeah, I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and you know the outro by now. Sit with me, Adios.